It's
Yes,
now
sir.
better. Abhimanyu,
Very good evening, sir. Yes, sir,
अच्छा
I'm
हो?
good.
Very good evening. That's fine. So you are in Nabad?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is your. Have you ever been to interview earlier?
Yes,
UPSC
sir.
interview?
Sir, this is my third UPSC interview, sir.
This is first.
The third UPSC interview, sir.
Oh, third. Okay, so you are pretty well experienced with the UPSC things.
Yes, sir.
So what went wrong earlier?
Sir, the first time around I gave interview was way back in 2017, sir.
All
For
right.
2016 UPSC Civil Services exam.
Mhm.
I got sir 165 in that attempt, sir. Sir, the
Not
last.
very bad. It's okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, next time I appeared for the UPSC interview was in 2022, sir, last year. Sir,
Last year.
yes, sir, I got 193 in the interview, and
That's excellent.
yes, sir, and I've been allocated Danix for last year, sir.
Then it's अच्छा.
Yes, sir.
So you are joining or you decided not to join?
Sir, I'll be joining, sir.
You will be joining.
Yes, sir.
Then it's civil service or what? Police service.
Sir, the civil one.
Hmm? Then
Sir, the
it's
civil
civil
service.
service.
Yes, sir.
All right. Fine. So before we start listening to you, we will give some feedback from our side. We will give some advice from our side, and our senior member Gauri Shankar Gupta ji, he will first speak to you. Sure, you may.
Thank you.
Abhimanyu ji, welcome. So, how do you feel today?
Sir, I'm feeling good, sir.
You're feeling confident?
Yes, sir.
When is your interview? What is the date?
Sir, the date is yet to be out, sir. It's not in the first phase.
Okay, so you have enough time. That means you can prepare yourself well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, have you appeared on any mock interview so far?
No, sir, this is my first session, sir.
A session. One advice I will give you that don't appear in too many mock interviews. 2 or 3 are fine. Beyond that, it creates confusion because you get so many different views. And ours is not really an interview. Ours is more like suggestions based on your depth and your background. So this is a different thing altogether. You understand that?
Surely, sir, I'll keep this thing in mind, sir.
Yeah. Now, based on your depth, I will suggest you a few things which you can do. One is
Yes,
that
sir.
you come from state of Haryana.
Yes, sir.
So you should prepare well on the state, its history, its
Yes.
culture, its traditions.
Yes, sir.
Particularly, it has done very well in sports now.
Yes, sir.
Economically, it is quite well. Gurgaon is, hub of lot of IT and other international MNCs.
Yes, sir.
Then it is also doing well in agriculture. So you
Yes,
should,
sir.
and it's also a historical place because Kurukshetra is there and Panipat is there.
Yes, sir.
Both are very historic places. So prepare
Right.
yourself a little bit on the history and culture and traditions of this place because some questions will definitely be asked on that. Then you
Sure,
have
sir.
appeared for interview in the past. So you have enough experience. Uh, you know, one general advice is that the hobbies and interests which you have mentioned here, you should prepare yourself at least little bit on those
Sure,
because
sir.
those are mentioned by you voluntarily. This is not something mandatory,
Sure, sir.
and therefore you should know well on those particular subjects, and they will
Right.
ask you questions on those issues and you should be able to answer.
Right.
Now the third important thing which is very important is preparing on general issues. Now, they are not going to test your detailed knowledge or your professional knowledge on those issues. but general awareness of what is happening around you.
Yes, sir.
Now, you should, since you have time, I would suggest you should identify 30 or 35 issues which are currently talked about in papers and in various media, and also, in professional discussions. Identify those issues. For example, in India, I can give you two, three. The performance of Indian economy,
Yes, sir.
the recently conducted session of the parliament, the debate between the judiciary and executive. Then we talk about fundamental rights. There have been certain, cases of violence in, say, Manipur. Also, there have been a lot of violence against women in my own state, Rajasthan, some in Haryana as well. So some of those issues you should pick up. Then you should pick up some international issues, like what is happening in Pakistan, the situation in Bangladesh, where the elections will be held shortly. Then our relations with Maldives after the recently held elections.
Yes,
Then
sir.
our relations with China. What is South China Sea? What is the ramification of South China Sea? What is happening between the Philippines and China? The
Yes.
US and China, and the role of India in the process, and the Quad. So those kind of issues, and also, of course, the issue of Palestine, issue of Ukraine and Russia. These are the issues which you should cover.
Sure.
Also, internally, I would suggest give a little attention to the Constitution of India, particularly the fundamental rights, and center-state relations is also important. Directive principles of state policy, the relations between the executive and the judiciary. I think these are some of the important areas where you should prepare. And I would suggest that after identification of these 30-35 topics, write half a page on each one of them. Once you write, you will have clarity on those, your thoughts on that subject. And when you are when you are asked to answer, you will speak with clarity without any doubt. So the writing is extremely important for that clarity. So I will suggest these things to you for the time being. And of course, if you have any queries, you should appear normal. You already appeared in the interview. Don't have any, tense moment at all. They are like your friends. They don't want to put you at any kind of unease. They would like to make you at ease. So feel very comfortable. Go with confidence, not overconfidence, but with confidence. And try to answer the questions without any controversies. Questions, for example, some people may ask on Manipur. Now, you don't have to get involved into the internal controversy. What is the Congress view and what is the BJP's view? You don't have to get into that. Our issue is basically we need to resolve the question of violence and the question of discord between the two communities there.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is how we should look at it. And the ramification of our relations with Myanmar because of Manipur and, surrounding areas. So
Yes, sir.
this is what I will suggest you for the, basic, suggestions for your interview. But if you have any queries later on, please feel free to ask that. And Ashokji will give you more tips on more specific issues of how you appear yourself and how you answer the questions.
Thank you so much, sir.
Well, Abhimanyu, you
Yes,
have
sir.
been to the interview earlier in UPSC, and last time also your marks were very, very good. How much you scored?
Sir, 193.
190. These are dream marks.
93 is very, very high.
They are almost 200. So this time again, you have good personality, your appearance is good, your facial expressions are good. So maintain them, maintain your confidence, stay relaxed. and with this you will do good. Hmm. As
Sure, sir.
already advised to you, don't behave like an activist over there. If there is a question where answer is with neither in this side or that side, but somewhere in the gray area. So be very careful how you frame your answers there. Sometimes what
Yes,
happens
sir.
inadvertently, we end up saying something which conveys what we don't believe. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Inadvertently, or due to we were not very serious and we ended up saying something which may convey the impression that, well, here is the guy who is biased, or here is the guy who is not balanced.
Yes, sir.
So be very careful on choice of words, how you phrase your answer. You can practice, you have time on your side. You can stand before the mirror and speak. See
Yes.
your facial expressions, or you record yourself, then playback. So when you record yourself playback, you are that is better mode, because here you can see composition of your sentences, composition of your answer, choice of your words,
Yes, sir.
fluency. बहुत फास्ट बोल रहे हो या बहुत स्लो बोल रहे हो, बहुत लाउड बोल रहे हो या बहुत लो वॉल्यूम में बोल रहे हो. So
Yes,
this
sir.
way, by self learning and self discovery, you will improve your this thing delivery.
Yes, sir.
How you communicate, how you deliver your answer.
Yes, sir.
Uh, your optional was political science and international relations.
Yes, sir.
So be very careful here. Careful, not careful, but be very serious over here, because there are so many burning issue around. Hmm? Right
Yes, sir.
from Ukraine to our immediate neighborhood, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Afghanistan, China. All right,
Yes,
even
sir.
Nepal, we have problem with Nepal. We should have not been there, but all the same, there is some problem. Kalapani and all that. And of course, for many years, Nepal was not lucky enough to have a stable government.
Yes,
So
sir.
brush up your understanding on these burning issues, which are in
Sure, sir.
immediate neighborhood,
Yes, sir.
Indian Ocean, Maldives. There is some problem with the Maldives. The new government doesn't, seems to be that friendly towards us.
Yes, sir.
And the shipping lines, there was some problem.
Yes, sir.
Then we have some problem with the Sikh diaspora in Canada, in US.
Yes,
There were
sir.
some avoidable demonstrations before Indian embassies and high commissions
Yes, sir.
by members of the disgruntled elements, disgruntled groups. And then there is some demand for, this separatist kind of thing, that we want separate Khalistan, this and that. Interestingly, when they talk of separate Khalistan, they don't include any territory from Pakistan, but they talk of territory from India. So
Yes,
this
sir.
itself shows that these are, mouthpieces of some inimical elements. तो इस पर आप
Yes, sir.
तैयार रहो, क्योंकि ये एक एरिया है जहां पे काफी अच्छी क्वेश्चनिंग हो सकती है आपसे. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
एंड योर हॉबीज, यू बी.
Sir, sir, playing shooting, volleyball, and singing.
हाँ. So what is this shooting volleyball? It is even I am ignorant on it. What is this shooting volleyball?
Sir, it's one of the variants of volleyball, sir. It's
Hmm.
more prevalent in North India, sir, some of the states.
Hmm.
Uh, Basically, sir, it has some differences from the conventional volleyball.
Okay.
In this, we have to pass the ball in only single attempt, whereas in the conventional volleyball, we have to pass it in 3 attempts.
Okay. Single attempt.
And
So you have only one chance,
yes, sir, and it
like
is
in
played with
badminton.
yes, sir, absolutely, sir.
Okay.
And sir, it is played with a much harder ball
Okay.
than the conventional volleyball, sir.
Fine. Then you see your choices. You have opted out from various services. It is good. You were opted out because you are joining the annex, so you can explain that I'm joining the annex. So now my
Yes,
choices are limited.
Yes, sir.
If I get the service from these limited choices, okay. Otherwise, I am happy with the next.
Yes, sir.
All right. तो यहाँ पे कोई खास प्रॉब्लम मुझे नहीं दिख रही है. And your choices, okay, Haryana, then you have gone to Punjab, then Egmont, so you are okay going to Mizoram, you are going to Arunachal Pradesh or Goa, Daman Diu. So it's fine. It means that you are not restricted by geographical limits. So it's good. It
Yes, sir.
speaks well of you. Playing, shooting, volleyball, singing, there may be question, and of course, academic, mechanical engineering. So if there is some member who is, from science background or technology background, so there may be some question on your academic background of technology and mechanical engineering. So it will not be, nobody is going to ask some particular theory or theorem or a formula or something. So from
Yes,
mechanical engineering point of view, there may be some question which are in the common awareness domain.
Yes, sir.
So how is bullet train different from ordinary other trains?
Yes, sir.
So you may be
Right.
asked, you are a mechanical engineer, you are B.Tech with mechanical engineering, and this is this is a matter of general awareness. When we talk of bullet train, so naturally, जो एक informed person होगा, उसके mind में question होगा, how is bullet train different from other trains,
Yes, sir.
other than fast speed? So आप technology point of view से, mechanical engineering point of view से, you should be able to give a good answer. This is how a bullet train is different from normal trains, other trains.
Right, sir.
You don't need to go into, nobody will ask you some theory or theorem or some formula or something, this and that equation. But things which are in common domain. EV, how is EV different from this thing, conventional vehicles? How is internal combustion engine is different from what we have in EV? EV maybe don't have a engine. It is a motor.
It's a motor, sir.
तो ये सब जो चीजें हैं, ये आप अपने थोड़ा ब्रशअप कर लो अपने, कि अगर ऐसी कोई चीज आती है तो आप उसका जवाब दे पाओ. ठीक है अभिमन्यु? So this was for about your deaf. Now you may ask us what is in your mind, where you want us to react or where you want to clear your doubts if you have any.
Yes, sir. Sir, a couple of things, sir, that is in my mind. And basically, sir, I'm currently working as assistant GM in NABARD. And sir, I'll be moving to Danik, sir. So,
Okay.
So, sir, if I mean the honorable board asks, like, why are you moving from relatively you are in some middle management position now, and you are shifting to another service, which basically is not the Epic service also. So,
Which will not
how
be?
to defend? So the Epics, like, it's not
No,
IAS.
don't go into that. It is public service. When you come to these services, IAS, IFS, IPS, etc., etc., you are in the domain of public service.
Yes, sir.
So you have to base your answer on this. You want to work in this domain.
Right, sir.
That is niche. एक confined area में वहां पे एक niche type का job आप करते हैं when you are in a bank or NABARD or somewhere.
Yes, sir.
और बैंक में भी आपको चेक क्लियरिंग सेक्शन में रख दिया तो आप चेक क्लियरिंग को देख रहे हो, फॉरेक्स में रख दिया तो आप फॉरेक्स को देख रहे हो. Of course, we need expert. All right, we need expert. We need these players for the development of our country. But I may be having a better aptitude for services which are in the domain of public service.
Right, sir.
So if I am moving from NABARD to Danix, I am moving because in Danix I will have better opportunity in the domain of public service.
Yes, sir.
All right. और इसी को थोड़ा और elaborate कर सकते हो depending upon time. If you have time, you can elaborate. If you don't have time, then leave with it.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sir, another doubt I have is that, sir, like I've been working with NABARD since 7 years now.
Mm.
And even sir, currently also like till March, I have my extension like from the service, and then I'll be joining Danic. So NABARD basically appears in most of the part of even one of my, like my achievements also. So many of them are attributable to my service in NABARD.
Yeah,
So
that
what
I
kind
saw
of,
in your this thing, tab.
yes sir. So what kind of sir, things I need to prepare, like uh, because NABARD has three important things sir in it. Like it's a financial institution, and it also contains agriculture and rural development in its domain, sir. So, how to prepare about it, sir? Like
Look,
from the third,
when you come in
yes,
the domain of public service, your previous experience in whichever domain it might have been is never wasted.
yes, sir,
This is the basic thing.
yes, sir,
When you come in the domain of public service, your previous experience is never wasted. It will be of use.
yes, sir. Sir,
Like
and
you go to
sir,
the foreign service, you are in an
yes, sir,
embassy. Your exposure to NABARD, it will not be wasted. It will be of use at many places.
yes, sir,
Abhimanyu, if I can add a few things to this,
sure, sir,
you see the financial services
yes, sir,
are extremely important in whatever domain you are working. The
yes, sir,
financial health of a state government, of a department, and regarding development, in fact, you have another item on your DAF, which
yes,
is
sir,
relating to the crop patterns and saving the soil.
yes, sir,
Now that is very important item, and that is linked with the environmental degradation and climate change.
yes, sir,
And in that part of India, we have this problem of water table going down,
yes,
and you
sir,
are talking about crop patterns. I
yes,
think you should do little preparation on that.
yes, sir,
How the crop pattern from wheat to rice has depleted water in that part of the India, and
right,
how it is degrading our soil. And that is
right,
why there is a lot of talk of returning back to the original crop pattern in Punjab and Haryana.
right, sir,
So I think you should prepare a little bit on that, linked with conservation of soil. Soil is a very precious, commodity.
yes, sir,
It takes thousands of years to prepare soil. You know it very well.
yes, sir,
And if it is destroyed, then the whole cropping pattern would be destroyed, and there would be shortage of food grain. And
yes,
this
sir,
is all linked with the environmental issues. So I think this is one issue you can link together with your NABARD experience,
yes,
and
sir,
how you can help the government in improving the health of soil, as well as rationalizing the cropping pattern if you get a chance to work in general administration of the state.
right, sir,
So I think this is one way of using it.
yes,
And the
sir,
financial side is always useful in any domain wherever you work.
right, sir,
Because finances, you have to prepare budget, you have to see how the finances are used properly, how you monitor their expenditure, how the corruption is minimized or put to zero level. So all those are experiences which you can use.
yes, sir,
So you should, if they ask you these questions, you can elaborate on that. That this is my area, the rural development and management of finances, which will be very useful in administration of any state or any district where I am given a chance to work.
right, sir.
Well,
You have
Abhimanyu.
any other question?
Sir, thank you, sir.
Okay, Abhimanyu. You are a good candidate. You have good personality. You have good right expressions on your face. You don't give that impression of a person who is tense or who is timid or who is who's not having any confidence about himself. So in balance, in my opinion, you stand a good chance. You have time on your side, prepare well, and revisit the points which we have shared with you after this interaction is over.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. I'll be working
Immediately
upon that, sir.
take your notebook, your pen, pencil, and jot down, revisit the points and jot down. And also
Thank
jot down the strategy as how you will work on that them.
Surely, sir.
वो पॉइंट कहा गया उसमें क्या करना है,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, then go about working on that.
Sure, sir.
It should not
I'll
be
be
wasted
working.
attempt like you spoke to us for half an hour and then it's over, you forget. Then
Yes,
it's no use. Hmm?
Absolutely, sir.
I will like to see your name in the final list. Okay,
Sir, I'll
Abhimanyu,
try
best
my
of luck.
best.
It will happen. I think it will happen. You are exuding a lot of confidence, and I think your experience will help you in presenting yourself very well.
Thank you so much, sir.
And just one last suggestion, that in case you feel that you have a very strong point, you can
Yes, sir.
use those terms in your interview somewhere, so that maybe some questions could be asked on that. Sometimes, you can direct your conversation in such a way that the board members are tempted to ask certain questions. So that you should do only in areas of your strength,
Sure, sir.
where you think that you are confident and you will be able to answer all the questions. But I'm absolutely sure you will do very well, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much,
All
sir.
the best, Abhimanyu.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, and wishing you, sir, very happy new year.
Thank
Okay, bye bye.
you. Okay, bye.
Thank you, sir.